that way. But
Singapore is a country.
getting a car is a social
thing.
When it comes to owning a car in Singapore, you shouldn't even consider it. It's not an option.
What's wrong with out of your parents' house? I think your question should be what's wrong with Singaporeans.
There's just one last item today that we want to show, but I think I'd introduce the item by showing you a video because it's quite an amazing story. And the person behind the story is somebody called Tony Tay. But let's look at the video of the work that he's doing first.
Thought there was a register or something. Register. Just check your card, love. That's right. Card, let me have a look. Oh, I see. All right, well,
I say it's an amazing story because it's about 10 years since Tony Tay has been at this. And over the 10 years, his team of volunteers and Tony works 365 days a year. During that period, the number of meals that he prepared, as you may have guessed, this is meals to the needy, 3,000 meals a day. He had 18 distribution points up to 2 years ago, and today he has 38. So I'd like to meet Tony Tay. Tony, tell us, what made you get into this work?
I don't know. I came from a poor family, and my training is from the Canossian sisters. And we know what is hunger, right? We believe at that time when we don't have food, he teach me three things: ask and be given, seek and you find, knock and the door will be open. Now, in 2003, I was asked by one of the sisters to collect bread for the convent, for the poor children. But at first, I didn't want to do it.
What was your association with the Canossian sisters?
Because I was staying with them when I was a young boy.
You're not an orphan?
I was from a single parent.
Okay. So you were staying in the home?
For 5 years.
I see, all right.
Then when they asked me to collect that bread, reluctant, then he says, please help us, there is no volunteers. And I said, okay. After that, the first time we collect a vehicle load, they only take about 20 bread because they got about 20 students there. And he says, you should know what to do with the rest. So I brought it home, talked to my wife. Then the next morning, we woke up, put the bread in the vehicle, which we see it was there. So we went out and saw some garbage collectors. We stopped and asked them, you want bread? They were smiling and they collect. And some construction workers, by the time we reach office, everything is given out. Every smile is there, we are happy. And it continues. So one day we collect vegetables and then we start with one meal. And one meal become 2 meals, and we don't know it become 4 meals. And then it continues to today 3,000 meals without knowing we are brought into the feeding program.
So now how many volunteers do you have, Tony? And is it difficult to get volunteers?
No, we have got a lot of volunteers.
How many, roughly?
We get about 60 to 100 a day.
And how often do they come in a month?
Well, we start very early. From 5:30, we have volunteers dropping in up to about 7:30. 7:30, the whole place is packed earlier.
Is there some kind of roster? How do you know that one day you may not have enough volunteers?
Oh, we don't
You're
have a
cooking
roster.
3,000 meals a day.
We don't have rosters.
Have you had days when you have had not enough volunteers?
No, because let me know, like a pigeon, when it comes once, when the first pigeon land safe, the rest come down, correct? So we are like pigeons.
And who's in charge of the food? Is the food you cook tasty?
Oh, don't worry, we got tasters here.
Okay, Eunice, tell us what you do.
I've been volunteering with Willing Hearts a year ago. And then I get to know this place because one of my friends was talking over it, over crab feast. So I didn't know what a soup kitchen was about, so I went down and I found myself being attracted to the place. And then what keeps me going is I actually went door to door knocking on the elderly's home, and then the appreciation they show and then the gratitude makes me feel that at such an age there's something that I can do to make a difference in somebody else's life, and that's what keeps me going.
How old are you now, Eunice?
25.
And what were you doing last year? Are you working? Are you a student? What were you?
Before I was with Willing Hearts, I was actually volunteering at Tiki Youth Centre giving private tuition.
Okay.
So me myself actually I'm a full-time tutor. So I actually volunteered with Tiki Youth Centre with tuition, and I bring them out to camps and then talk to the adolescents. And then now I'm with Willing Hearts.
So it's quite amazing because cooking 3,000 meals a day and having to distribute the meals, you really need a huge number of people to do it, right? And I think this is all possible through grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. 'Twas blind, but now I see.
Thank you, A Cappuccino. That was the group, the a cappella group that was formed in 2007. All a group of friends. They just returned from Hong Kong, where they performed at the Hong Kong A Cappella Festival. And they're soon planning a mini concert in Taipei. To end our program tonight, we're going to get our ukulele group, the Ukulele Assemble, and the a cappella group to come back again to sing Silent Night. You'll also be joined by the staff of Happy TV as we celebrate Christmas in this little studio of ours. Sing. Oh.